He's not in a strike position at the moment, but it wouldn't take him much to get into that.
I hope you guys are excited. I mean, g'day, because you can tell how excited I am. G'day, Stu from UAVfutures here, and today, well, I am very excited because I love the original TALON, and this is from Karearea. This is the TALON PR, a very interesting, light, I guess, high-performance racer that I can't wait to take out to the field, rip around. It looks gorgeous, but let's go do it. Let's go have some fun, rip this thing around the track, see just how fast we can get it on the speed gun, see what Grumpy Trev, Crash Test Cal think about it as well, and let me tell you, I actually have no idea how this is going to fly, but I have some assumptions, and I think I'm pretty excited because I love the frame, and I can't wait to get out, rip it around. Track flying is my favorite sort of flying to do, and I think this is going to fit the bill very, very nicely. So let's do it, and let's take this thing out of the field, rip it around, and have some fun with the TALON PR. Oh, also, if you want to see part 1, the bench breakdown, the text and the specs, little card up there, thank you very much. The link down below in the description. Go check that out because that's where we really break it down. But now, this is the fun stuff. Let's go fly this beast and see what it's all about. Alrighty. All right, Cal, what are we actually doing?
Well, you come running down the hill, crying like a little baby, saying, snake, snake, snake. So I'm going up to investigate to see what kind of snake we got there and if it's a real threat or if we can shoo it away or what we can do with it.
And what would you say if it's a brown snake?
If it's a brown snake, if it's a king brown snake, well, let's just hope we can shoo it away because we don't want to mess with those at all.
That's probably most deadly in the world.
One of them, yeah, for sure. So
Trevor's not coming near us. He's way out there. He's like, nah.
Let's see what we got.
Oh, I'm actually a bit, I don't like spiders as much, but snakes freak me out too. Mainly because they can kill you. Halfway up this hill. To the right. This is a terrible idea. Hey!
He's not in a strike position at the moment, but it wouldn't take him much to get into that. But he's just trying to warm up, get enough energy to get that skin off, I think. So I'm not going to irritate him much more. He's not really overly aggressive. I'm only about 2.5 meters away from him. He's not too concerned about me. So I'm just going to leave him be.
So we drove past one coming in. Trevor saw another one putting up another gate, and we've got another brown snake there.
Yeah, that one's going across now.
Yeah, he's in the middle of the track. If we should stick out of the grass today, what do you reckon?
Yeah.
Oh, Cal doesn't care. What about you, Trevor?
Well, I just don't want to go looking for my GoPro on the wrong grass if that happens. So
It'd suck to have to.
we've just seen 3 snakes in what, 20 minutes. So
It'd suck to have to spend a night in hospital
yeah.
for no good reason.
Yeah.
And
And plus, I got heaps of work to do.
If someone
so
gets bitten in the nuts, I'm not going to suck the poison out either.
just something else. Right out here in the field, pretty excited because we got the TALON PR. I'm going to show you some HD footage. We'll hand over to Grumpy Trev, Crash Test Cal as well, and then of course we'll hit it with the speed gun because this thing is a pure race demon, but something that's a little bit different. Usually we've got a pretty cool track set up here. I couldn't wait to do some laps with it, but today we've seen a couple of brown snakes, which like a lot of things in Australia want to kill you, but they're like right at the top of the list of things that really are just bad news. So we're not going to be flying up the top of that hill. We're going to have to change up the track a little bit, but let's do it and have some fun. Snakes regardless. Trevor's freaking himself with the TALON PR. Okie dokie, here we go, on board with some HD snake-free footage finally, so not too much of a track, but that doesn't mean you still can't see its acceleration, flight characteristics, and I will do a happy flying video with some extra footage around the UAVfutures test track with this one very soon, but check this out, just little blips of the throttle, and then when you drop the hammer, it is just like straight to 6th gear, 7th gear even. The amount of acceleration that you get out of this craft is unlike any I have ever flown before. I mean, it turns great, it handles great, like you'd expect from a Karearea drone, like you'd expect from a predecessor of the TALON, but look at this, it's just going into like hyperdrive, and definitely stay tuned because when you see this in the speed run a little bit later on in this video, it pretty much almost takes Cal's head off. It's the first time he's ever had to duck, and it actually did take me a little bit off guard. It caught me off guard because when you just drop it, it just punches to that next level. It's almost like instant teleportation. So crazy amounts of power that you're going to see if you get this frame and with these motor combo. Now the rest of it, the flight characteristics, very smooth, no oscillations. It holds up. I've been flying this one quite well. It's been holding up quite well in crashes. It's a great track flyer. I don't think it's really made for freestyle. I know you do get 2 arms, was something I didn't mention in the part 1 review, so you do get 2 extra arms when you buy this frame, which is nice. And overall, if you like the original Talon, if you want something a little bit different, or if you want a premium frame that really does have some amazing results, this is right up there. So it's kind of in that boutique range, sort of with the best of the best in the biz, but the Talon PR is a beautiful craft, and I'm really happy that they've taken what they learned from the 2017 Talon, made it even better with 2018. I didn't think it was possible, but when you get behind the sticks for craft like this, you can tell I'm excited just by talking about it, watching this footage back. It's just, it really is a sight to behold. But what we should do, let's hand it over to Grumpy Trev and crash test Cal and see what those boys think as well. Oh, it does chew your battery as well. I should mention that. Alrighty, I just had my little flight with this thing. I don't want to say too much. Let's hand it over to Grumpy Trev, get his impressions, see what he thinks, take him for a spin, and then we'll get crash test Cal on the sticks as well. Alrighty, GT, so this is from Karearea. This is their PR, so like their, I guess, updated Talon.
Have a look at the motors.
You're a fan of the motors?
Well, look, the photo that really matches the frame, because the motors look like a work of art. So does the frame. Have a look at this, gee whiz.
Now it's 10% lighter and apparently 40% stiffer than the last Talon we had.
I like the curve in the arms, that's pretty cool.
I think that helps. A theory behind that is it helps with the CG a little bit, so it swoops down.
Well, it keeps surprising me. Korea just really think outside the box, don't they? I really like it. Well put together. It just thinks about every little screw. I love it. Let's get in the air and fly this thing. This looks great.
And you notice, thank you, shout out Trevor, for your GoPro mount on the top too.
Oh, look at that, beautiful. That really makes it, doesn't it, actually?
I'm impressed how well you printed that. All right, ready to rip it around?
Yeah, let's have a go. It's got some poke.
I'm going to say too, if you lose this in grass, you're getting this today.
I'm not going near the grass, you know, so I'm staying over the paddock. Too many snakes here today. Jeez, it turns on a dime, doesn't it? Yeah, very nice. As typical Korea stuff, it's just, you know, we've never had a bad one of these. It's so nice to fly. I tell you what, it's really nice. Wow, I've got to tell you, I like it.
Who would you recommend it to?
Anyone that wants to go fast.
Okay.
And I tell you, this, like it's hard to say, I wouldn't call it twitchy. It's exact, like you point it and it goes there. It turns really quick.
What would you give it in terms of performance out of 10 for a 5-inch racing frame?
I really like it. I can't fault this, honestly. The design of the frame and everything is great. For performance, this thing's a 10.
Right, and what about price? Because it's pretty expensive.
I think you get what you pay for. If you want a great frame, I really don't think these things are overpriced anymore. I know it's getting up there, but look, value for money, I reckon it's probably 8.5.
Okay.
I know it's expensive, but you're getting the best, and this is the best. I don't think you should have a go at this.
Why?
He's going to destroy it.
Why?
He's going to fang this thing. The battery's going to last him 30 seconds.
Is it sucking the juice more, you find?
It is sucking it a bit. Look, I'm taking it pretty easy now because I just want to enjoy the flight. I just love the way it turns. It's really nice. I know I said that before, but
and I really do think that's something with the vertical arms.
Yeah.
I think it is something special there.
And yeah, when you want to go in a straight line and give it a bit of poke, it's got plenty of grunt. Camera is probably a bit extreme on this. It's a little bit hard to land because you can't see where you're going, but that is friggin' nice, guys, I tell you.
I'm going to go get it, hang on.
You know, with this, you're going to need a good battery because everything about this is when you're flying it, it says, give me more. You know, you need a bit of lead in your pedal. So yeah, it's great. Really, really good. I really highly recommend this. Look at that. Look how good it's built.
It does look very sexy.
You know, it is a work of art. He's just done such a good job of this.
All right, should we hand over to CTC, see what he thinks?
I don't think you should let Cal fly this because he's
not going to give it back.
He's going to be really naughty with it.
All right, thanks, Trev. CTC, the handsomest man in the game. Nice t-shirt you got on today, I've got to say, as well. And why did you do that? Anyway, let's kick it on. Karearea, TALON PR, what do you reckon?
It is incredible. Look, every time Dean brings out a new frame, it's something always new and innovative about it. And you know, he's been doing these sideways arms for a long time, and with the TALON, but this is just a step up. This is like the TALON.
Well, it is the TALON Pro Racer. That's
well, I was going to say it's like the Formula One version of it, because it's just so refined and so well thought out. Like as you pointed out before, the way these arms swing down and bring the center of gravity down closer to the battery, which is just fantastic. Really well thought out. No one else has done that yet. So these motors are incredible. I don't know who's making the motors for them, but these motors are not just beautiful, but they perform really well from seeing Trev just rip around then. So look, it looks like a really beautifully made frame. There's no doubt about it, and they don't take any shortcuts. Even with the quality of the carbon, they seek out the best possible carbon they can get their hands on. So I'd have no problem actually paying $100 for a frame that's as well thought out and as good quality as this thing is. Yeah, I'm just eager to see how it goes now.
All right, you ready?
Yeah, let's do it. It's this one here for
that is arm, correct?
All right, let's give it a go. That feels like it's got gobs of power.
I'm gonna. Mate, you can hear it screaming. All right, talk to me, Cal.
This thing.
I'll get a new battery for you, Cal.
This thing is a drag racer. It's crazy. It's a Formula One race car, like I said, because it's agile and it just tracks wherever you want it to go. This is incredible. Look, it is a racer, because it's not going to be the most efficient aircraft around, that's for sure. Because it's just, oof. These motors are really able to do something with that power, that's for sure.
Oh, Cal.
Oh, almost recovered. Wasn't a bad one.
What happened, Calvin?
Oh, no, I can't remember actually.
All right, so Cal's crashed it. He says low speed.
I think I got a bit of battery sag because it really does draw on the batteries. I came around to do a really tight hairpin and really give it to it, but I just had that little bit of battery sag. That little bit of battery sag just wasn't enough to keep me level. But if you're going to do maneuvers like that, do it at the start of your pack and not at the end. It's got gobs of power. It's crazy. It's going to be great on a racetrack. There's no doubt about that. In the hands of people who can fly, it's going to be a weapon for sure.
Great to me, Cal. Might have been through the goals.
Well, I was nice and low when I actually just tripped up. It was just, I just tripped.
So what would you say, Cal? Let's sum this up for me. What do you reckon?
Look, if you're in the market for a racing quad that's not going to leave you feeling embarrassed at the track, this is it. If you've got the skills to pay the bills.
That's my line.
Yeah,
anyway, yeah.
You got the skills to pay the bills, this is the machine for you, that's for sure. It's going to be strong, it cuts through the air, especially if you get it in the same configuration that this one is in. You're not going to be disappointed. These motors are just fantastic.
Do you think Karearea is onto something with their motors? Because I know when they did the TT, that had some of the most insane motors we've ever seen. You couldn't even turn these; they were so stiff.
Yeah.
And then they've come out with these as well. So
we've got to get some more information about these motors and find out who's making them for them, and just you know, be able to give them credit for doing an absolutely fantastic job with that. Yeah.
Right.
So Dean at Karearea, congratulations on another job well done.
What's Cal's famous 4 words to sum this up?
I would buy this tomorrow.
That's 5 words.
I would buy this.
I would have said, can I have one?
Trevor, okay, why are you both here? All right, so miles per hour, we're going to get Trev. We're not going to get Trev on the speed gun. You're too valuable, Trevor. Cal, what do you think? Miles per hour, what's it going to go? Who wants to go first?
I'll say it'll do 100, no problem.
100?
I'll go for 107.
I'm going to go 95.
So look, to be clear, we're talking about a 4S battery, and what are these wind dancer props?
They're Hulky props.
Hulky props, okay.
So whoever's
Hulky
closest
props. Yeah, 100 miles
gets
an
the
hour.
quad.
No.
All right, guys, we're about to behold something which I think is going to be pretty special, and that is this TALON Professional Racer PR edition. And I tell you what, it's got Hulky props on it, it's got 2500 kV motors, but when Stu was ripping it around earlier, it sounded like it was on 5S or something. It revved harder than 2500 kV normally does, and it was on 4S. So, I don't know, I think it's going to go over 100 mile an hour, I really do. It sounded so quick. So I wouldn't be surprised if it gets 110. Let's have a look. They are big, heavy motors. I tell you, this thing turns on a dime, and that's where its real strengths are. Let's do it! So once again, it's going to be just awesome around a track, no matter what the top speed is here. But out of curiosity, because we don't like to leave you guys hanging, we're going to do the speed test, find out what this baby can do. Come on!
Did you see how fast that was?
Yep.
You stop talking now. Are you ready, Cal?
Ooh. Ooh. Did you hear that, guys? That was just a little sample RPM. Let's do it! Okay. Oh. 98! 98! That's the first time I've had to duck. Huh? 91! Ooh. It accelerates as quick as anything I've ever seen. I got 82 on that one. I don't know. Don't have to make of that reading. All right, come on, come to Papa. 86. All right, we're starting to lose speed now that the battery's starting to get low. 83. So look, what? Don't come near me, I'll smash it. I'll kill it. Oh. See what? $84. Misread. We'll get out of here. I'm gonna smash you up. Oh. Oh. I hate this tactic. He's trying to make me dizzy. I can't defend myself when I'm that dizzy. Well, I'm alive, guys. Not the top end that perhaps some of us were expecting, but it did get to 100 mile an hour, and I say this thing accelerates faster than anything I've seen. even though the top end's not there, but from point A to point B, man, it just gets up and boogies right off the bat. So it's got a huge amount of torque, low end torque, mid-range torque, but it loses a little bit on the top end. But who cares? You're still going to win races with this, guaranteed. Tweedledee and Tweedledum.
What do we get?
98.
Ooh, what was mine? 95. And who said, you said over 100. That first one, I've got to admit, that had more poke than I thought. It just took off, even though it was close. It wasn't even a huge run up, it just exploded.
Well, even though we saw that the top end wasn't ridiculous, we saw that the low end torque and the mid-range torque was incredible.
What did it look like just seeing this thing just coming at you?
Well,
It was crazy. It was like hyperspace. 1 minute it's way there and all minutes it's right there in front of my face.
It's the first time I've seen you duck for a while.
Well, I felt the need, I tell you. Yeah, no, it's, you know, despite the lack of top end, and it's got great top end, let's face it, 100 mile an hour, it's still a special craft. The way it takes off and boogies, the way it turns, you're going to be hard pressed finding anything more refined than this.
Thanks CTC, appreciate it. Alrighty, so there it is. There's my part 2 review of the Karearea TALON and PR, I should say. And I love, you know, there's a few companies that I really, really love. I love Catalyst Machine Works, I love Armaton, I love Karearea. I feel like those companies are always pushing the industry, always taking leaps, making great stuff, innovating, doing stuff for our hobby, for our pilots. And the Karearea TALON, I absolutely love that drone. I think last year when I was flying around, I flew that for the longest of times. And then Catalyst Machine Works, they're not going to like what I'm about to say next, but then I flew the America for the longest of times, and that was my main track fly. I loved to get on it, flew around, I felt like it fitted the GoPro so well, it was amazing. And now, what Karearea has done with this, the way this handles, and that acceleration when, you know, almost took Cal set off. When you drop the hammer, it is almost like hitting hyperdrive. It just exploded with so much power. I guess I've never seen anything like that. It almost caught me off guard. So it is a beautiful craft to fly around, and you're going to see this coming up a lot more in the Happy Flying episodes. This is going to be my, I say leisure, but it's still going to be balls to the wall, crazy flying, and this is what I want to fly for fun. If I had to go to a track tomorrow, rip something around, something like this is the craft that I'll be putting my money on. So I'm a huge fan. Hats off to Karearea. The TALON PR is an exceptional drone and is my choice of a track flyer, you know, my current choice of a track flyer. And I've also got to say too, I'm a bit sorry about you didn't see too much track flying on the day. We had a great track setup, but after you see a couple of snakes, like we ended up seeing 5 at the end of that day, that is, seeing 1 is bad enough, but it's kind of, you could deal with it, but they were all over the track and they are just scary, sketchy things, and you really don't want to mess with the Australian snakes in Australia. They are just, especially the brown snakes, the tiger snakes, it's not going to give you a very good day. They're in like the top 10 deadliest snakes in the world. But other than that, what do you guys think? What do you think about the TALON PR and some of the Australian native wildlife? Subscribe for more FPV related content. Check these things out. I'm going to put the link down below if you want to build a beautiful rig racer that's rigid, fast, and has acceleration like no one has ever seen. Definitely check this out. Subscribe for more FPV related content, and as always, happy flying,
folks. We've just seen 2 already. Trev saw another one over here in this brush area. I'm just wondering where that thing is. But this is the first bit of warm weather we've had. We're coming out of winter now, and boy, the snakes are taking advantage of it. They're getting out there, sunning themselves, getting enough energy to get that old winter skin off. So they're getting ready. They're everywhere. I'm too scared to go down by the river because I know it's just going to be crawling with them. So I think we'll stay up here in the open where it's nice and safe and just keep our eyes peeled. The last thing we want is a bite on the leg from a king brown.
We've got this, look at Cal, I don't know if you can see him up there, but he's decided to go find his snake friend. He's crazy.